Chinese ambassador to Nigeria, Yu Dunhai, has called on the international community to unite against arbitrary trade tariffs imposed by the United States on multiple countries. Speaking at a press conference in Abuja, the Chinese envoy stated that the U.S. tariffs violate World Trade Organization rules, infringe upon the legitimate rights and interests of other nations, undermine the rules-based multilateral trading system, and destabilize the global economic order.
As President Xi Jinping pointed out, what defines our world today? The answer is clear: peace, development, cooperation, and shared prosperity. Yet the US clings to an outdated mindset of might makes right and America first. It resorts to unilateral bullying, imposing tariffs indiscriminately while disregarding multilateral rules. It openly places its own interest above the common interest of other nations and flagrantly disregards the multilateral trading system and established rules. It promotes a law of the jungle approach, which is clearly turning back the wheel of history. The US actions severely infringes upon the legitimate rights and interests of other countries, blatantly violate WTO rules, seriously undermine the rules-based multilateral trading system, and destabilize the global economic order. By doing so, the US also defines basic economic principles and market rules, ignoring the fact that it has long profited immensely from international trade. Using tariffs as a weapon for maximum pressure and self-interest is a typical manifestation of unilateralism, protectionism, and economic bullying. This is neither reciprocal nor fair. It is essentially about pursuing America first and American exceptionalism.
Ambassador Yu emphasized that the United States of America's tariff policy will fail to achieve its objectives, instead driving inflation, weakening America's industrial base, triggering financial market instability, and heightening the risk of an economic recession.
The US aims to force other countries to submit through maximum pressure and make America great again. But this strategy will backfire, harming its own interest as much as others. As many US thinkers have noted, America's problems are self-inflicted. The world now witnesses a nation divided against itself, one America opposing another. Rather than shifting blame, the US should focus on fixing its own house. Exporting domestic crisis and zero-sum tactics won't resolve its issue. They will only deepen its isolation. By turning its back on the world and launching a full-scale tariff war, the US will not achieve its goals. Instead, it will fuel inflation, weaken its industrial base, trigger financial market panic, and increase the risk of an economic recession.
Urging global resistance to US trade policies, the ambassador reaffirmed China's commitment to increasing imports of Nigerian goods and expanding market access for African countries.
Because the impact, the uncertainty created by the US tariffs, I think now many of the entrepreneurs are affected, particularly I think the SMEs, as mentioned by the Honorable Minister of Industry, Investment and Trade in Nigeria. So for China, we believe that Nigeria is a big market. You have over 200 million population. And so we would like to have more Chinese investment. Actually, as a matter of fact, the past 1 month, I was told that many Chinese entrepreneurs came to Nigeria to identify, to discuss, to explore potential opportunities, to have an investment in so many areas, for instance, renewable energy, for instance, in agriculture, and for manufacturing industry, so on and so forth. So I see there is a huge potential for more investment, which will contribute to the industrialization and also agricultural modernization of Nigeria.